Welcome everybody to this week's aerobic session from St. Peter's Pool in Malta.
I'm sure that the water won't mind if we rest here for the night and leave before sunrise.
Start off with a normal dry land warm-up, as you would do. If you don't know how to do a dry land warm-up, there is a video attached in our channel. So just go watch that first and then you can get stuck into the session. Starting off, easy 100 freestyle. So as always, this is 100 meters or 100 yards, depending on the pool you're in, 60-70%. So easy is 60-70%. So just kind of loosening up the body, getting ready. And then easy choice. So if you can swim another stroke, I'd like you to do 100 of a different stroke rather than freestyle. Then we're going to do a slight bit of drills. So we're going to go into 6-1-6 drill. So that is push off, glide, and then go onto your side, kick for 6 kicks, take 1 stroke, take 6 kicks, take 1 stroke, and I'll attach a video quickly here to show you what that is. And then another 100 of catch up. So catch up, still at 60-70%. So catch up is when your hands go there, big stroke. When your hand catches up, that's when you take the next one. So 100, 60-70% of that. Then we're going to do 150 of freestyle, but at 70%. So just going to push that pace up a little bit. So 150 at 70%, and then 100 freestyle at 80%. So again, we're starting to work a bit harder for 100. Then back down to 70% for 150, and then 100 at 70%. So we're kind of built up and went down again to the distances there. Then another kind of loosener, so 100 of your choice. Breaststroke's pretty good for this one, just to kind of loosen you out again. And then we're going to do the big kind of aerobic chunk of this set. So it's 300 continuous freestyle. I want you to start at easy and build throughout the 300 so that you finish at 80%. So you start off easy and just build your pace slowly as you go. So I want you to be consciously thinking about adjusting your speed as you go. I want you to finish at the 80%, so you're finishing the hardest effort you've got. And then we're going to go 100 freestyle back at 70%, take a bit of a break, and 100 again at freestyle 70%. So a very simple session, but with that 300 chunk just to kind of push your aerobic ability a little bit more. So in total that's 1500, and then you do your cool down of choice. So easy, whatever, just flop around in the pool a little bit, just so you're not getting straight out after doing the hard work. So that's this session, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to get involved in our technical and speed sessions, they'll be coming up later in the week on our Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/CamSwim Club. I would love to see you all there. The experience group, so we're, again, dry land warm-up. If you don't know, we have a demo, but I expect you probably have your own plans already for this. So starting off, easy freestyle, 60-70%. Going into easy choice. So 100 of easy freestyle, 100 easy choice. I'd like you to do a different stroke for the choice, and then 100 freestyle. So the first two, 60-70%, so real easy, just getting you loose, and then push the pace slightly for the third 300. I'd like you to do those continuously, so straight into another. Then a bit of a breather. Then we're going to do a bit of drills before we go into the aerobic portion. So fist drill for 100 at 70%. So instead of using our hands, we close our fists and really focus on using the forearm as a paddle as you pull back. Small break, catch up for 100. So catching up as you go. Really focusing on using your forearm. So this is a bit of a technique session. And fist drill, then catch up. So 400 in total, fist drill, catch up, with short breaks, really short breaks between them, because this is relatively easy swimming and it's more about the technique. So for this, focusing on really moving as much water as you can there. Then into the main aerobic set. So if you have paddles, I'd like you to use them for this. If you haven't got paddles, you don't have to. They just make it slightly more challenging on the muscles. So this is all at 70% apart from a chunk at the end. So 200 at 70%, then 50 with no paddles. 200 with paddles, 50 with no paddles, 200 paddles, 50 with no paddles, 200 paddles, 50 with no paddles. That last 200, I want you to push the pace up to 80%. So you're really going to feel it after that. So that's quite a chunk of swimming. So the 200s are obviously continuous 200s, and then the 50 is a bit of a breather. So it's the same intensity, but you've taken the paddles off, so that changes the stresses on your muscles and everything. So after that, 100 freestyle, 80%, breather, and then 200 at easy pace again, 60 to 70%. That gives you 2K in total. Then do your choice of cool down, just swim down in the pool. Just make sure you don't get straight out after you finish the set, so you're ready for the next one. If you want to get involved in our technical and speed sessions, they'll be coming up later in the week on our Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/CamSwim Club. I would love to see you all there. The advanced group, we got a good aerobic session for you this week, starting off with 400. So easy freestyle, easy choice, easy freestyle, easy choice. Make sure your choice is not freestyle. Anything, doesn't matter what it is, but at 60-70% of effort, so relatively easy swimming. Then we're going to go into a scull, short dog, long dog, full swim progression for 200 at 70%. So 50 of sculling, 50 of short dog, 50 of long dog, and 50 full swimming. Catch your breath, the 200 freestyle at 70, catch your breath, at 200 catch-up drill. Yeah, everyone knows what catch-up drill is. When you catch up, all at 70%. So there's 600 swimming there. Then take a breather, have a drink, and then we're into the main aerobic set. This is all freestyle, and if you've got paddles, you need to use paddles for this because they're kind of built into the session. If you haven't got paddles, they're very easy to find, they're relatively cheap. You'll find them any kind of sports shop, online, swimming shop, Amazon sell them, they're everywhere. So the set is 100 no paddles at 70%, 200 with paddles at 70%. So this is all at 70% until we get to the end. So 100 no paddles, 200 paddles, 100 no paddles, 300 paddles, 100 no paddles, 400 paddles, and then 300 with no paddles. And then for these last two, up the intensity to about 80%, 200 with paddles and 100 with no paddles. So it's a bit of a kind of pyramid, and then we come back down, finishing at 80%. In between each of those sets, kind of short breaks, not big breaks, because this is aerobic swimming, so we want to, if we take too many breaks, it kind of defeats the point. But do catch your breath between each one of those. And then right at the end, just 100 easy choice, whatever you want, just to loosen and get everything out. And then after that easy choice, go into your swim down, whatever you normally do in the pool, just to loosen up and ready for the technical session that's coming up. If you want to get involved in our technical and speed sessions, they'll be coming up later in the week on our Patreon channel, which is patreon.com/CamSwim Club. I would love to see you all there.
I'm sure that the water won't mind if we rest here for the night and leave before sunrise.